The first thing I feel is warmth. Someone's holding my hand. My eyelids are heavy, reluctant to open. There's a steady beeping nearby, a heart monitor, I realize, and the sharp, sterile smell of disinfectant burns my nostrils. Hospital. I'm in a hospital. Ethan. The voice cracks with emotion. Ethan, can you hear me? I force my eyes open, squinting against the fluorescent lights. A face hovers above me, beautiful and devastated. Dark hair falls across his forehead, and his gray eyes are bloodshot and rimmed with red. He looks like he hasn't slept in days. Adrian. My voice comes out as a rasp. His face crumbles with relief. Oh God, Ethan. I thought. He presses his forehead against our joined hands, his shoulders shaking. I thought I'd lost you. Something about the gesture feels intimate. Too intimate. I try to pull my hand away, but he's gripping it like a lifeline. What happened? I ask. Car accident. 3 days ago. He finally looks up, and there's something desperate in his eyes. You don't remember? I search my memory. The last thing I recall is Thursday morning? I'd gotten coffee at the usual place, went to work at the marketing firm, came home and... What's today's date? October 15th. My stomach drops. What year? Adrian's expression shifts to concern. 2024. Ethan, what year do you think it is? 2021, I whisper. The color drains from his face. A doctor enters, breaking the moment. Adrian reluctantly releases my hand as she checks my vitals, asks me questions. Yes, I know my name. Yes, I know where I am. No, I don't remember the last 3 years. Retrograde amnesia, she says gently. Not uncommon with head trauma. The memories may return gradually, or, she hesitates, they may not. After she leaves, Adrian moves his chair closer. Too close. Do you remember me? He asks softly. Of course. You're my best friend. I try to smile. Well, you were, before you left for that internship in Seattle. We kind of lost touch after you moved. Something flickers across his face. Pain? Guilt? It's gone before I can identify it. Right? He says carefully. We reconnected. A lot has changed, Ethan. Over the next few hours, visitors trickle in. My sister Maya arrives, and I'm relieved to see a familiar face that makes sense. But when she sees Adrian still at my bedside, her expression hardens. Can I talk to my brother alone? She asks, her tone icy. I'm not leaving him, Adrian says firmly. Adrian. Maya, it's fine, I interrupt, confused by the tension. He can stay. She shoots him a look I can't decipher, then leans down to hug me. I'm so glad you're okay, she whispers. But then quieter only for me, call me later. Please. After she leaves, I reach for my phone on the bedside table. The lock screen makes my breath catch. It's a photo of me and Adrian. We're at a beach somewhere, golden hour light, and he's kissing my cheek while I'm laughing at the camera. We looked happy and loved. Adrian, I say slowly, are we together? He goes very still. For a long moment, he just stares at me, and I swear I see a dozen emotions flash through his eyes. Hope, fear, calculation, something darker I can't name. Then he smiles. It's soft, achingly tender. You really don't remember anything, do you? That's not an answer. Before I can press, he stands. The doctor said you need rest. I'm going to talk to them about your discharge. He leans down and presses a kiss to my forehead, lingering, possessive. I'll take care of you. I promise. After he leaves, I scroll through my phone with trembling hands. The photos tell a story I don't remember living. Dozens of pictures of us, holding hands at a street festival, sharing pasta at a romantic restaurant, cuddling on a couch, Adrian's arm around me at what looks like a wedding. There are couple selfies, vacation photos, intimate moments. But something niggles at the back of my mind. In every photo, Adrian is looking at me with absolute devotion. But my smile, sometimes it doesn't quite reach my eyes. I find the photo gallery labeled Our Place and open it. It's an apartment I don't recognize, decorated with both our things. There's a drawer open in one photo showing matching silver rings. My heart pounds. Why can't I remember any of this? The door opens. Adrian returns with paperwork. Good news, you're being discharged tomorrow. You'll stay with me during recovery. His tone brooks no argument. Maybe I should stay with Maya? Ethan. He sits on the bed, taking both my hands. I know this is confusing, but I've been taking care of you for years. Let me continue doing that. Please. There's something in his eyes, pleading and possessive all at once. Against my better judgment, I nod. That night I can't sleep. I keep staring at the photos, trying to force the memories to surface. In one picture, buried deep in the camera roll, I notice something. It's dated 2 years ago, just me, alone, looking exhausted. The caption I wrote says, "Biggest mistake of my life." But I can't tell him the truth. What truth? I look up at the dark hospital room, at Adrian asleep in the uncomfortable chair beside me, his hands still reaching toward my bed even in sleep. A chill runs down my spine. What happened in those 3 missing years? Adrian's apartment, our apartment, he keeps reminding me, is beautiful. Floor-to-ceiling windows overlook the city, modern furniture, photos of us everywhere. It should feel like home. It doesn't. I set up the guest room for you, Adrian says, carrying my bag inside. I know you need space while you adjust. I'm grateful but also confused. We don't share a room? Something flashes in his eyes. We did. But I don't want to pressure you. He sets my bag down gently. Everything at your pace, Ethan. I promise. The first few days blur together. Adrian is attentive, too attentive. He cooks my favorite meals. How does he know I now hate cilantro when I used to love it? He brings me tea exactly how I like it. He sits beside me on the couch while we watch TV, his arm draped casually over my shoulders, fingers playing with my hair. It should feel natural. Instead, it feels choreographed. On the 3rd day, Maya visits while Adrian is at work. She hugs me tight at the door, then immediately starts looking around like she's searching for something. How are you really? She asks, closing the living room door. Fine. Adrian's been great. Ethan. She grabs my hands, her expression intense. Are you really okay with this situation? What situation? She opens her mouth, closes it, struggles with something. Never mind. Just promise me you'll call if you need anything. Anything. After she leaves, I'm unsettled. I start exploring the apartment more carefully, looking for clues to my missing years. In the study, I find a journal, my handwriting. I flip through pages of mundane entries until I reach one from 2 years ago. I made the biggest mistake I ever made. Everything is spiraling and I don't know how to fix it. I can't tell him the truth. If he knew what I really... The entry stops mid-sentence, like I was interrupted. My hands shake as I flip forward, but the next 30 pages are torn out. Carefully removed. Find anything interesting? I jump. Adrian stands in the doorway, still in his coat. His expression is pleasant, but his eyes are sharp. I didn't hear you come in. Early day. He walks over, glancing at the journal in my hands. Your old journal. You stopped writing in that one after. He trails off. After we got serious. Why are pages missing? Are they? He takes the journal, flipping through it with practiced ease. Maybe you tore them out yourself. You always said you hated rereading your dramatic phases. He laughs, but it sounds forced. That night I can't sleep. Around 2 a.m., I hear my bedroom door open. Adrian slips inside, moving quietly. I keep my eyes closed, heart racing as I feel him sit on the edge of my bed. His fingers brush my hair back gently. I know you don't remember, he whispers, but I meant every promise I made to you. I won't let anyone take you away from me. Not again. Not again? What does that mean? He leans down and kisses my forehead, lingering, possessive, then leaves. I lie awake until dawn, my mind racing. The next day, Adrian suggests I visit my office to help jog my memories. My coworker Oliver is at the front desk when we arrive. His eyes widen when he sees Adrian. Ethan, you're back. Oliver hugs me, then notices Adrian and his smile falters. And you brought him. Of course, Adrian says smoothly, his hand finding the small of my back. I'm not letting him out of my sight. Oliver's jaw tightens. Right? Of course. He pulls me aside when Adrian steps away to take a call. Listen, I can't believe he actually showed up here. Does Maya know? Know what? He stares at me. Oh God, you really don't remember anything, do you? Oliver, what? Ethan, let's go, Adrian calls, his tone pleasant but firm. You're getting tired. On the drive home, Adrian is quiet. When we hit a red light, his knuckles are white on the steering wheel. Oliver always had a thing for you, you know, he says casually. It used to bother me how much time you spent with him. We're just co-workers. I know, but you've always been too trusting. Too blind to when people want something from you. He reaches over and squeezes my thigh. Good thing I'm here to protect you. The possessiveness in his voice makes my skin crawl. That evening, while Adrian showers, I search his closet for something, anything, that might explain the wrongness I feel. Behind a stack of sweaters, I find a box. Inside, a hospital bracelet with my name, dated 3 years ago. A police report about a domestic disturbance at my old address. And a restraining order draft, with Adrian's name on it, that was never filed. My blood runs cold. The shower turns off. I shove everything back, my hands shaking, and retreat to my room. When Adrian knocks softly and asks if I want dinner, I claim I have a headache. He enters anyway, sitting on my bed. Ethan, what's wrong? You've been distant all evening. Nothing, I'm just tired. Don't lie to me. His voice is soft, but there's steel underneath. We promised we'd always be honest with each other. Adrian. I take a breath. I found the box. In your closet. The color drains from his face. For a long moment, he doesn't move. Then tears start streaming down his cheeks. Please, he whispers, grabbing my hands. Please don't leave me again. I know how it looks, but I've changed. I'm better now. These last few months with you have been everything to me. I can't. His voice breaks. I can't lose you again. Finn. What do you mean again? He's sobbing now, pressing his forehead against our joined hands. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for everything. But please, just give me a chance to explain. Tomorrow. I'll tell you everything tomorrow. But as I look at him falling apart in front of me, I realize with growing horror. I never asked him what I was running from 3 years ago. I think I just found out. Maya arrives at 8 a.m. sharp, her face set with determination. Adrian tries to block the doorway. He needs rest. Move, Adrian. Her voice could cut glass. Or I'm calling the police. Something in her tone makes him step aside. She takes my hand and leads me to a coffee shop 3 blocks away. We sit in the back corner, and she orders us both black coffee, her hands trembling. I should have told you the moment you woke up, she begins. But the doctors said not to overwhelm you, and I hoped, maybe you'd remember on your own. My stomach knots. Tell me what? She takes a breath. You and Adrian were never together, Ethan. Not really. The words hit like a physical blow. What? 3 years ago, Adrian came back from Seattle. You were so happy to see him, your best friend returning. You two picked up right where you left off. And then one night, he confessed that he'd been in love with you since we were kids. That he'd come back for you. I can picture it, Adrian's earnest face, those gray eyes full of hope. I wanted to feel the same way, Maya continues. You told me you loved him too, but you were terrified. Our parents' divorce destroyed them both. Dad's 3 failed marriages after that. You were scared of commitment, scared of ruining the friendship, scared of becoming like them. My chest tightens. It sounds exactly like something I would think. You told Adrian you needed time. But he didn't take it well. He started showing up unannounced. Calling 50 times a day. He'd wait outside your apartment for hours. When you went on dates with other people, he'd somehow always appear at the same restaurant. I feel sick. Your coworkers started noticing. Oliver found Adrian going through your desk one night after hours. You finally told Adrian he needed to give you space, that his behavior was scaring you. He promised he'd back off. But he didn't, I whisper. No. 2 months later, you woke up to find him in your apartment. He'd somehow gotten a copy of your key. You were in the shower, Ethan, and he was just sitting on your bed, waiting for you. You called the police, got the locks changed, started the restraining order process. But you couldn't go through with filing it. You told me you still loved him, that you thought you were overreacting, that maybe you were the one being unreasonable. Maya. The night of the accident, Adrian broke in again. You ran. You were crying so hard you could barely see. That's when you crashed. The coffee shop spins around me. I remember suddenly, not the crash, but a feeling. The kind that makes you irrational, desperate. When you woke up with amnesia, Adrian was already there. He told the hospital he was your emergency contact, your boyfriend. And you had no memories to contradict him. I'm going to be sick. Why didn't you tell me immediately? Because, her voice breaks. Because for the first time in months, you looked happy. You weren't having panic attacks. You weren't checking over your shoulder constantly. And I thought, God, I thought maybe I could just watch, make sure he didn't hurt you. The doctors said forcing traumatic memories could be dangerous. I bury my face in my hands. Every gentle touch, every loving gesture, every promise, all built on a lie. We go back to the apartment together. Adrian is waiting, his face pale. He looks at Maya, then at me, and knows. You told him, he says flatly. He deserved the truth. Adrian's composure shatters. He turns to me, desperate. Everything she said is true. All of it. But Ethan, I've changed. I've been in therapy for 2 years. I take medication now. I've worked so hard to become someone worthy of you. You stole my life, I say, my voice shaking. You let me believe we were together when you knew I was running from you. Because these months were the happiest of my life. He's crying now, ugly and raw. I know it was wrong. I know I should have told you immediately. But you were so peaceful. You smiled at me without fear. You let me hold you. For once, you weren't looking at me like I was a monster. Because I didn't remember that you are one. The words hang in the air. Adrian flinches like I've struck him. That's not fair, he whispers. The person I was 3 years ago, I'm not him anymore. If you could just see. I can't see anything through the lies. Maya steps between us. Adrian, you need to leave. This is my apartment. That you've been holding my brother prisoner in. I never, Adrian's voice cracks. I never locked him in. He could have left any time. I wanted one more chance. Just one. I stand, my legs shaking. I need to go. I can't breathe in here. As I move toward the door, Adrian grabs my wrist. Not hard, but firm. Please. Just let me explain everything. The therapy, the changes, why I did this. I jerk away, and the movement triggers something. A memory slams into me with devastating clarity. Adrian's face twisted with desperation. His hands on my shoulders, backing me against the wall. I love you. Why can't you just love me back? What's wrong with you? Adrian, you're hurting me. I would never hurt you. I'm the only one who really loves you. Why can't you see that? And then I'm screaming, I do love you, but you're suffocating me. I can't breathe around you. This isn't love. This is obsession. His face crumples. No, you don't mean that. You're just confused. If you'd just let me prove. I shove past him, grabbing my keys with shaking hands. He follows me, still talking, always talking. I get in my car. He's standing in front of it. Move, Adrian. Not until you calm down and listen. I reverse blindly, tears streaming down my face. The last thing I see is his devastated expression before the headlights of the truck. I gasp, stumbling. Adrian reaches for me, but I hold up my hand. I remember, I whisper. I remember everything. His face goes white. Then he crumples, sinking to his knees. I'm so sorry, he sobs. I'm so sorry. I wake to silence. The apartment feels empty in a way it hasn't since I moved in. A hollow, aching emptiness that makes my chest tight. Adrian? No answer. I find his bedroom door open, the bed neatly made. His closet is half empty. On the kitchen counter, there's a letter with my name on it, his handwriting shaky and uneven. I'm leaving. Not because I don't love you, God, I love you more than I should, but because I finally understand what love actually means. It means putting your happiness before my own. It means respecting your choices, even when they break me. I stole 3 months from you. I let you believe a beautiful lie because I was selfish and desperate and so tired of living without you. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I don't deserve it. I've contacted a lawyer about the accident. I'll face whatever consequences come. You don't have to protect me anymore. I'll love you forever, but from a distance this time. That's what I should have done 3 years ago. I'm sorry for stealing your choice. Always yours, Adrian. My hands shake. I should feel relieved. Vindicated. Free. Instead, I feel like I'm drowning. I grab my phone and call Maya. He left. Good, she says firmly. Ethan, that's good. You can finally. Can you come over? Please. She arrives within 20 minutes, finding me still sitting at the counter, staring at the letter. She reads it over my shoulder, her expression softening slightly. What are you thinking? She asks gently. I don't know. I press my palms against my eyes. He was obsessed and dangerous and he broke into my apartment. He caused the accident that took 3 years of my memories. I should hate him. But the Adrian who took care of me these past weeks, he was gentle, patient. He could have lied forever, but he didn't. When I confronted him, he broke down. He didn't make excuses or try to manipulate me. I look at Maya. What if people can change? Some people can, she says carefully. But Ethan, he didn't just cross a line. He obliterated it. Multiple times. I know. I stand, pacing. But I also remember what I said to him 3 years ago. I love you, but you're suffocating me. I loved him, Maya. I was just too scared to deal with it. That doesn't excuse what he did. I know that. My voice cracks. But it means we were both broken. We both hurt each other. And maybe. I trail off, unsure. Maya puts her hand on my shoulder. What do you want to do? I don't know. I just know that this emptiness feels worse than the confusion. She sighs. Then figure it out. But I'm supporting whatever you decide, okay? Even if I don't agree with it. After she leaves, I find Adrian's therapy journals in his nightstand. He didn't take them. Maybe he meant for me to find them. I read for hours. Pages and pages of his struggle with obsession, his fear of abandonment, his guilt over what he did. Entries about learning healthy boundaries. About accepting that love isn't possession. About preparing himself to let me go if I ever remembered. Dr. Chen asked what I'd do if Ethan's memories returned. One entry from a month ago reads, I told her I'd tell him the truth and accept whatever he decided. She said that's growth. But God, the thought of losing him again makes me want to crawl out of my skin. I have to be better. For him. He deserves better than the monster I was. My phone rings. Unknown number. My hands tremble as I answer. Ethan. Adrian's voice is hoarse. I'm sorry, I know I said I'd stay away, but Maya called me. She said you're having a panic attack and he stops. I'm outside. I won't come in unless you say I can. But I'm here if you need me. I look down and realize I'm hyperventilating, tears streaming down my face. When did that start? I stumble to the door and open it. Adrian stands in the hallway, bags at his feet, looking wrecked. When he sees me, his expression crumbles with concern, but he doesn't move. Can I? He gestures helplessly. I nod. He crosses the threshold carefully, like he's approaching a wounded animal, and wraps his arms around me. I collapse into him, sobbing into his chest while he holds me, murmuring apologies and reassurances. I was in love with you too, I finally say, my voice muffled against his shirt. Back then, I was just scared. And maybe, I pull back to look at him. Maybe I still am. His breath catches. Ethan. But I'm tired of being scared. I'm tired of running from things that hurt me. I wipe my eyes. You hurt me, Adrian. What you did was wrong and terrifying, and I can't just forget that. I know, he whispers, his own tears falling. I know. But I also saw who you became these past weeks. The therapy journals, the way you let me go even though it destroyed you. I take a shaky breath. I want to try. Not as boyfriends. Not yet. Maybe never. But I want to heal properly this time. Together. With therapy and boundaries and honesty. Are you sure? His voice is desperate with hope and fear. I don't want you to do this out of pity or... I'm not. I squeeze his hand. I'm doing this because I think we both deserve a real chance. The chance we never gave ourselves before. He nods, tears streaming freely now. Anything you want. Any boundary you set. I'll do whatever it takes. 3 weeks later, we sit across from each other at a small Italian restaurant. Our couples therapist suggested we try a first date, approaching each other as if we're starting fresh. It's awkward. Adrian keeps reaching for my hand, then stopping himself. I keep second-guessing every word. But slowly we start laughing. Talking. Being honest. So, I say, squeezing his hand across the table, my choice this time, tell me about yourself. Let's start over, for real this time. Adrian laughs through his tears, that beautiful broken sound I'm learning to love again. Hi, I'm Adrian Vale, and I've been in love with you since we were 12 years old. I smile. Hi, Adrian. I'm Ethan Reed, and I'm terrified. But I'm here anyway. That's the bravest thing I've ever heard, he whispers. And for the first time in 3 years, in the years I remember and the ones I don't, I finally feel like I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be.